Mathematics in Nature, Exploring the Golden Ratio. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're embarking on a fascinating journey to explore the golden ratio, a mathematical concept that appears in art, architecture, and the natural world. Often denoted by the Greek letter I, pH, the golden ratio is approximately equal to 1.618 and is celebrated for its aesthetically pleasing properties. From the spirals of seashells to the proportions of famous buildings, the golden ratio seems to be woven into the very fabric of our universe. So what exactly is the golden ratio and where can we find it? Let's dive in. The golden ratio is defined as a special number that arises when a line segment is divided into two parts, such that the ratio of the whole segment to the longer part is equal to the ratio of the longer part to the shorter part. This unique relationship creates a proportion that many consider inherently beautiful. Mathematically, if you have two quantities, A and B, where A is bigger than B and B is bigger than 0, they are said to be in the golden ratio if the ratio of their sum to A is equal to the ratio of A to B. This can be a bit abstract, but it essentially means that this ratio appears frequently in nature and human creations, leading us to perceive it as harmonious and visually appealing. One of the most intriguing aspects of the golden ratio is its connection to the Fibonacci sequence. This sequence begins with 0 and 1, and each subsequent number is derived from adding the two previous numbers together: 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on. As you progress through this sequence, if you take any two consecutive numbers and compare them, their ratio approaches the golden ratio. For example, as you look at pairs like 3 and 5 or 5 and 8, you'll notice that as you move further along in the sequence, these ratios get closer and closer to approximately 0.618, an approximation of 5. This connection highlights how deeply embedded the golden ratio is in natural growth patterns and structures. The golden ratio manifests itself beautifully throughout nature in various forms. Spiral patterns. One of the most recognizable occurrences of the golden ratio can be found in spiral patterns. Think of seashells or galaxies. The nautilus shell grows in a logarithmic spiral that approximates this ratio, allowing for efficient growth while maintaining structural integrity. If you observe how these spirals expand outward, you'll see how they embody this mathematical principle. Plant growth. In botany, many plants exhibit phyllotaxis, the arrangement of leaves around a stem, following a spiral pattern based on the golden ratio. This arrangement allows each leaf optimal exposure to sunlight and nutrients while minimizing overlap with other leaves. Flower petals. Many flowers have petals arranged in numbers that are Fibonacci numbers, like lilies with 3 petals or daisies with 34 petals, demonstrating how nature employs this mathematical principle for efficiency and beauty. Animal bodies. Even in animals, we can observe proportions that align with the golden ratio. For example, certain aspects of human anatomy, like the lengths of our fingers or facial features, often approximate this divine proportion. It's fascinating to think about how these measurements contribute to our perceptions of beauty. Artists throughout history have been captivated by the beauty of the golden ratio and have incorporated it into their works. Leonardo da Vinci. The renowned artist used this ratio in masterpieces such as The Last Supper and Mona Lisa. He believed that adhering to these proportions created harmony and balance within his compositions. His understanding of geometry allowed him to create works that resonate with viewers on a deeper level. Salvador Dali. In his painting, The Sacrament of the Last Supper, Dali employed geometric shapes based on the golden ratio to create visual harmony. The careful placement of elements within his work draws viewers' eyes naturally across the canvas. Architecture. Many famous structures also reflect this principle. The Parthenon in Athens is often cited as an example where its dimensions embody the golden ratio, creating a sense of aesthetic perfection admired for centuries. The architects understood that these proportions would evoke feelings of beauty and stability. Architects have long recognized the appeal of proportions aligned with the golden ratio. The Parthenon. This ancient temple exemplifies classical architecture's beauty through its dimensions and layout, which are believed to follow golden ratio principles. Notre Dame Cathedral. The height-to-width ratios and decorative elements within this iconic structure also reflect this mathematical harmony. Modern structures, even contemporary buildings like New York's Guggenheim Museum, utilize these proportions in their designs, showcasing how timeless this principle remains in architecture. Understanding the golden ratio enriches our appreciation for both nature and human creativity. It serves as a reminder that mathematics isn't just an abstract concept, it's woven into our everyday lives, from how plants grow to how artists compose their works. Moreover, recognizing these patterns can inspire us to seek balance and harmony, not only in art and architecture, but also in our personal lives. Embracing these principles can lead us toward more fulfilling experiences by encouraging us to appreciate beauty wherever we find it. Interestingly, studies suggest that people tend to perceive objects or images that embody the golden ratio as more attractive or pleasing than those that do not follow this proportion. This psychological response could explain why artists and architects have gravitated towards these proportions throughout history. It's not just about aesthetics, it's about creating connections with those who experience their work. In conclusion, the golden ratio is a fascinating mathematical concept that appears throughout nature, art, and architecture. Its presence reflects an underlying order that resonates with our sense of beauty and harmony. Whether we're admiring a sunflower's arrangement or standing before a grand architectural marvel, understanding this ratio deepens our connection to both nature and human creativity. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of mathematics in nature. If you found this video enlightening or have any thoughts about how you see the golden ratio reflected in your own life or surroundings, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more engaging content about intriguing topics at the intersection of math and nature. Let's keep exploring these captivating ideas together.